Hello everybody, Dark Host is here. Yep, I know it's been quite a while, almost 3 years or so since my last video, but a lot's been going on. Maybe I'll release a video about what the hell I've been doing for the past 3 years or so. Life gets in the way, as it does, but I'm going to try and make some videos. It's been a while, and I always enjoyed making videos, and I have a brand new computer. So what better way to start off things, Here, you see these medallions right here. They're a very, very hot item on the auction house right now. And you can make some real easy cash, really quickly. If you on one character, I'd say it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to kill all of the 4 bosses that drop these things. You can only kill the bosses once a day, so it's good to have alts. If you have the more alts you have, you can farm the hell out of these medallions. I have 7 level 100s now, and I've been busy. I started back with WoW at the end of Mists of Pandaria, but I've been busy, as you can see. And also, in addition to the medallions, they also dropped these cages here, which contain 3 mounts. And I've already learned all 3 of these mounts. I've been farming these medallions a while, but I thought I'd let you guys in on my little cash cow. But because these medallions, there's room. They're gonna maintain their value for a while, so there's not much worry in that. But while you're farming these medallions, you also have a chance at these 3 mounts. And if you keep farming these for a while, you'll have all 3 mounts in no time. Really, I think it's like 30% chance drop rate for either one. Something like that. I mean, I've got both the Rattling Iron Cage and the Medallion off in the same run. But you see here at Lion's Watch, this is usually where I start off at. And then we head over to big old Doom Roller. He's at the very front entrance of Hellfire Citadel. And he's one of the 4 main dudes that we're going to kill. They're like mini bosses. And what everybody does is they go to these 4 bosses. There's the other one, Death Talon. And then you just use the looking for group tool to spread the wealth. Everybody, shares their, spawn, because these things are up all day long on different servers. So use the looking for group tool, and you're guaranteed to probably find a group within a few minutes. But I'm making this video in the early morning, so it's kind of slow time right now. On the weekends or later on in the day, it's really easy to get a group. I mean, probably almost instantaneously, really. I mean, I've actually killed all 4 of these bosses within probably 15 minutes. I mean, it's just like bam, 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 bam. But like I said, you see it's about 5 o'clock in the morning my time, and 3 or 4 server time here. So it's kind of dead, but there is a little spurt of activity in the mornings because there's a little early morning crowd on most servers that want to knock out their dailies, and they also want to knock out all their kills of Doom Roller and all that early on. One tip I can give right off the bat is abbreviate Doom Roller, abbreviate Death Talon, abbreviate Vengeance, abbreviate them all. See, I only use DOO because people are usually excited when they're listing their group, and they'll spell it all different kinds of ways. But usually if you have DOO, you'll at least catch the group. But like I said, this is early morning, and it's taking a bit of time to find a group. I think it took me about 5 or 10 minutes to find a group for Doom Roller. It was a little long, but that's the price you have to pay for being an early bird. I like to get my crap out of the way. Having 7 level 100s, it takes a little time to farm all 4 of these guys, but it's worth the effort. I mean, out of 7 guys, I've got in upwards of 8 to 10 medallions, and they used to sell for 20k a piece, but I'd say 7 to 10k is pretty fair price these days. But still, that's easy cash, and it's just free money because they're guaranteed to sell. I've not gone one single day farming a medallion and putting it up on the auction house and not have it sell. I mean, these things just fly off the shelves. Everybody wants to have their reputation ready for flying, and I did all that crap long ago, so I'm all. That being said, you can get totally skunked on these things. Today was a really bad day for farming medallions for me because on all of my guys I got nothing. And these past 2 days have been kind of crappy for the drop rate. And about 3 days ago I got like 8 in one day. So that was like an easy 38, 40k right there. But as you see, the group finally spawned, and this is way early in the morning. I mean, as you can see how slow it is. I mean, on the weekends, late at night, this group is like a flash mob. There's just people just instantaneously, instant raid. And you sometimes, if you're on a PvE server, you will end up on a PvP server, and you'll have a big brawl with the Horde, or end up dead, because usually the Horde kick Alliance's ass on PvP. I hate to say it, but we all know it's true. I've lived it. I've gone through all of the honor crap before. I'm not so much into PvP anymore. But the most courteous thing to do with waiting on these little mini bosses, I mean they're technically rares. I call them little mini bosses because you need a few extra people to kill these guys. You can solo them, but it's just not cool to do it alone, I mean, everybody wants to kill these guys. The cool thing to do is make a group. And one other little tip I can tell you is, if the mob does spawn on your server, make the looking for group, make your own group, and then right before the mob dies, leave the group. And that way you'll get your corrupted fell shard if you're on that quest, which most everybody is. So everybody finally got together and is ready to attack this thing, and it's really easy. I mean, I usually just kick back and just let it auto attack, just so everybody gets a hit on it. Two other great things that make this a lot easier is if you have a gnomish gearworks, you'll sometimes get those sky terrors or whatever thing, or you'll get one of those rocket kits that'll launch you up into the air, which is like having a flying mount pretty much for a short little time, about 30 seconds for that. I think the Sky Terror, I think you get like 2 minutes with that. But, if you don't have either one of those, like the Aviana's Feather or the Sky Terror thing or whatever, to fly up in the air so you can get a quick route over to the next mini boss, just run up over to like Melo's Lookout, like if you're at Doom Roller here. This is the route I take every day. I go Doom Roller, then I go Death Talon, then I go Terror Fist, and then lastly Vengeance. And it's pretty cool little route, I mean, it really takes the least amount of time. And as you can see, the way I'm going, I'm just using my Sky Terror for the hell of it, just kind of waste a little time. And because I don't think I saved any time using it this time, but go over to Melo's Lookout and grab the flight path over to Death Talon, which is the next one up. But yeah, I got skunked today. I didn't get one single medallion, and that's really rare. And I've kind of heard that they were maybe had nerfed the drop rate on these things, but I don't have any concrete proof, and I haven't read anything in the notes or anything like that. But just talking to guild mates, talking to other people farming this, they're just saying the same thing. I got nothing for the past 3 days, so maybe something's up with that. I can't tell you. I know that there's less in the auction house, and the price is going up on them, so if you do happen to get one, it's even worth that much more. Like, I did get one on the next day. I mean, I filmed this yesterday, and on today, I got like 2 medallions, which is still really low for this whole thing. Anyway, we finally made it over to Death Talon. You go to the Ekbar's post or whatever it's called right there, and then you just start the process all over. Use the looking for group tool, and there's a group within like 10 minutes. I mean, that's on the long end of it, 10 minutes. But I mean, I have waited up to 30 minutes for a group before, like on the very, very off times, early mornings or, middle of the days, stuff like that. But later on in the day, it's so much easier. It goes so much quicker. And, but, it still wasn't that bad, really. I mean, like 10 minutes, what's that? You can go and watch TV or kill some time, while you're waiting. It doesn't take really any time at all. The two important things are being at the spawn point and spamming this, at least, every few seconds or, because the group does pop up fast, as you see. I mean, it's like boom, boom. Just keep spamming it. Spam, 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 spam. You're looking for group. Luckily for me, my TV and my monitor are side by side, so I can watch TV and I can spam looking for group all day long. But since we're killing a little time, I guess I should kind of explain where I've been for the past 3 years or so. One of the main things is my computer had really gotten bad shape, my old computer. It got to the point where I couldn't make videos really, not comfortably. And also, I was caring for my elderly father who passed away last April. And also dealing with my own health problems. I've talked about those in my previous videos, and yeah, I'm kind of shaking off the rust right now. Seeing if I still got it in me to do these videos and all that good stuff. I still never wanted to stop making videos. Maybe I'll get into the gory details of all the crap I've been through over the past few years. I mean, seriously, I've had everything thrown at me, including the kitchen sink. And it's been a long ride these past few years, and I picked up WoW again, just kind of to kill some time, and it sucked me back in like it normally does. I'd taken a several years break from WoW, and I started to go back during Cataclysm, and then it just wasn't for me. I didn't enjoy the whole Cataclysm thing, and then Mists of Pandaria came out, and I'm like, oh, great, yeah, Kung Fu Pandas, just what I want. But my curiosity got the better of me, and about 6 months before Mists of Pandaria ended, I got back into WoW, and I started wholeheartedly playing again, and playing probably way too much. And I shouldn't be playing without making videos. That's just the way it is. I love making videos, and I want to continue making videos, either like it or hate it. I do think I provide some useful information. I know that I've got all this information in my head about this game that most people would think is pretty retarded. I know I do sometimes. I think, wow, you know more about WoW than most people should know. And that's just because I've been playing for so long, and I've played video games for so freaking long, ever since I was 13 years old. And I used to make them and all kinds of things, but I don't know, I'll get into all that stuff. I'm sure if I keep making these videos like this, I'll divulge my entire life story. So Death Talon is down, and you see you got your oil and got a bunch of junk, as usual. But here's where your Sky Terror or Aviana's Feather will come in handy for you, because the next one, Terror Fist, is just right around the corner. As you can see, just make a straight route here over towards the Iron Front. There, I said it. And the Rangari Refuge. And you see, also, I mean, using these things like the Sky Terror or the Aviana's Feather, it's a real easy way to find rares. I just popped about like 5 of them just flying over there. But it is early morning. It's like almost all the rares are up. And it started going a little bit quicker here. I mean, I guess people started waking up and getting their morning coffee, because the next group popped pretty quickly. So I finally made it over here. This is my little waiting spot, and there's usually a whole group of people here waiting, doing the same thing. What I'm telling you, I mean, this is nothing new, but I guess people still don't know about these medallions. I was talking to a guildmate, and they're like talking about how hard it is to get the rep up these days, and they're grinding rep, and I'm like, well, man, why aren't you using these medallions, or going and buying some or something like that? They're like, what medallion? And I'm like, so surprised that they didn't know anything about it. So hey, that's their problem, and they probably went and bought my medallions anyway. So hey, more power to me anyway. But yeah, anyway, so you see Terror Fist finally popped up, and it isn't always perfect. I mean, the phasing is really wonky in Tannin. You end up on whatever server is hosting the group generally, but there'll be times that you don't phase right, or you'll end up on the wrong server. I've had things happen like where Terror Fist was like right in front of me, and then I started the looking for group. Then it would phase me over to the somebody in the raids server, and make it look like I'm trolling, but that's just something that happens, with this phasing. This phasing is just for the birds, really, but that's pretty much about the best they can do, I think, right now. It might sound like I'm bitching about the phasing, but honestly, really honestly, phasing is probably one of the best things WoW ever brought to this game. I mean, to be able to go on any server with your character, your main character, and not have to completely re-roll on another server, and to be able to group with people from other servers, and it's freaking awesome. I mean, it is really one of the best things, but it's imperfect. There's a lot of safeguards, because there was a few issues where people were manipulating the, I don't know how it connects you to cross servers. I forgot what it's called, like server block or some bullshit like that. Anyway, whatever it was called, and they were manipulating it, and that's why the server. I mean, really, that's why the cross realm stuff got real wonky, because there's all these little safeguards in it trying to keep you from cheating. So, hey, I guess it's got some positive points to it. But here you see I'm on another PvP server, and man, I never knew there were so many freaking PvP servers. I mean, I know that's like the tough guy thing to do, man. Hey, I'm on a PvP server, and I kill like 30 horde a day, and it makes me really tough. But I never really cared about all that stuff. I mean, to me, PvP server was just a pain in the ass, man. You're trying to do something, then somebody else, comes by and freaking kills you, or you're trying to kill something and they freaking make you wipe. It's just I've never found that much fun. I never found fun going and over to Stranglethorn and ganking noobs. I've just never really found that fun. I tried a PvP server before, and while it does have its exciting moments, it just never was for me. PvE all the way. I think I'm gonna be PvE forever. I'll dabble in Ashran and all those good things, but series PvP I think is over for me. It's just got too far off, from what it originally was. So here we finally finished Terror Fist off, and my ramblings will bring us over to Vengeance. So I'm going to use my last little bit of Sky Terror here and get over to where What's-Her-Face is at. Yeah, Vengeance. And it's over here at the Shinari place. This is the one I hate the worst, Vengeance, because you have to wade through so many freaking mobs if you don't have a Sky Terror or invisibility or stealth or something like that. I mean, it's just a freaking pain. I mean, almost everybody who comes over here to Vengeance is dragging about like 30 mobs behind them. And, of course, they all, aggro on me and end up attacking me, But luckily, if I'm a hunter, I can feign death, so, hey, no big deal. So here we go, and we are at our very last little mini-boss here. And I usually go over to one of the little corners here. That's the only two spots in this whole little area where you can really stand without aggroing the entire thing. Like, if you get one of those Fellhounds spotted, it'll aggro the entire area. And unless you're a mega badass, you're not going to survive it. So I start the process right here, just using the first three letters like I've been doing all along. VEN. And this one took a little bit longer. I think people don't bother so much with Terror Fist and Vengeance looking for groups, because they're kind of like spur of the moment, and most people are in the area like an Iron Front, and they just are, already attacking the mob, and once you're already attacking something, you can't make a group. So, but honestly, it really doesn't take that long. I mean, if you've got time to kill, it's nothing at all. But most of us don't have that much time to kill. I usually do these guys when I'm, I don't know, watching something on TV, doing my bills, I don't know, playing with my cat, something like that. Because it is, in all honesty, it's far from exciting. And I've been farming these guys for a while, and let me tell you, the luster has worn off, and it's a chore now. I mean, it takes 2 hours or so to do 7 characters, and it is a bit of a chore, but dang, the gold's just too good right now to pass it up. I mean, I almost feel forced to do these every day because the money's just so easy, and there's still a couple of things I want to get. I've spent probably 500,000 gold just in the past month just buying bull crap. But I had to have that ghastly charger skull. I really needed that thing. And I needed that nether rocket extreme. Yes, I needed that. And all those armor upgrades. Yep, I needed that. So, yeah, as you see, Vengeance finally popped. You know, it really didn't take all that long. And, of course, it's another PvP server. Oh, yeah. One thing you do have to watch out for is there's this thing going on with these guys because, you know, people know about these 4 bosses and how, you know, when you list a group, there will be an instant, you know, rush of people. So what they'll do is there'll be like a horde raid waiting for you to, you know, join, and then like as soon as you join, you get wasted by 40 horde that are waiting for you. So yeah, you have to watch out for that, and you also have to watch out for people who are making fake groups. You know, some people unintentionally make a fake group, and what happens is they'll, you know, be right in front of the mob, and then as soon as they make the group, it'll phase them out. So they're really not trying to troll, but hey, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, I've talked about the phasing before. You know, it's a little weak. So yeah, Vengeance, she's the last one from this 4 here, and once again, nothing. But you know, it's, you know, I mean, it's a 30% drop rate. You know, what are you gonna do? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. That's the way of the RNG. But now we're done with all this good stuff, and I, you know, just want to tell you guys that I plan on making videos, and I plan on getting into the beta for the Burning Legion. Yes, oh yes, that does look really good. I must admit, that's gonna suck me right back in. Yeah, it looks really good, and just try and, you know, bear with me as I shake off all this rust. I mean, God, it's been a long time since I've made a video like this, and there's, you know, a lot that goes into it. You know, I mean, once you start rolling the video, it's like your mind just like freezes, and you don't know what to say, and you know what to say beforehand. You have it all in your head, and then the video starts, and then all of a sudden you're like, what was I gonna say again? But anyway, that's about it for today. This is a good icebreaker here, you know. These medallions, hey man, I would jump on these suckers while they're hot. I believe they're going to be hot for a while, you know. Let's check the auction house and you'll see. There's only a few in here and they're going for quite a bit of cash. So anyway, this is Dark Hostess. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for more videos from me. They're coming.